I was once the young master of the Phoenix clan, the one all gods feared, the name that made the three realms tremble. But now, after a failed nirvana, I've become nothing more than a bald, featherless bird. And if that wasn't bad enough, this pathetic, bald version of me just fell straight into the bath of the #1 war god in all three realms. Just 3 seconds ago, I was the Phoenix heir who made gods tremble. Now I've landed right in the hands of my lifelong enemy, Kang Xuan. He's holding me, by the only 2 pathetic feathers I have left. I should have spat out Phoenix true fire and burned him to ashes, but with all my power gone, I can only weakly nuzzle against his cold fingertips. Honestly, I feel like slapping myself. The way he looked at me just now, it was clearly the look of someone deciding where to cut me open. But his face, the kind that could make all beings lose their soul, is right in front of me. His long hair is wet, clinging to his cold, sculpted chest. I widen my tiny bean-like eyes, trying to act harmless and stupid.
Where did this ugly thing come from?
You're the one's ugly. Your whole family is ugly. He frowns slightly, his long fingers poking at my bald wings in disgust. Oh no. Is this killing god planning to roast me as a snack? I grit my heart, let out a soft chirp, and rub my head against his hand. Kang Shen suddenly freezes. A trace of shock flashes through his usually ice-cold eyes.
These eyes, they resemble someone.
Who the hell would resemble me in this miserable state? But instead of throwing me away, he casually pulls over a white robe and wraps my soaked body in it. As he turns to grab tea, a scroll slips from his sleeve and falls open. On it is a woman in red, proud and untouchable, with a vermilion mark on her forehead. It's me. I treated him as my mortal enemy. And this dog of a man has secretly been keeping my portrait? Judging by the worn edges, he's clearly been taking it out every day to look at it. Damn, this killing god is secretly in love with me? Before I recover from the shock, he's already grabbed me by the neck like it's second nature.
The Kunlun Immortal Banquet is about to begin. Behave yourself. Don't embarrass me.
As Kang Xuan enters with his icy expression, the entire hall falls into dead silence. Everyone's eyes land on me, the wrinkled bald bird in his arms. The flower immortal smiles lightly. War god, where did you pick up this bald creature? Are you bringing it as a dish? Dish your head. Kang Xuan doesn't even lift his eyelids. The temperature around him drops instantly. My spirit pet. Whoever dares gossip, try me. Under everyone's gaze, he carefully peels a grape with surprising patience, then feeds it to me. His tone is unusually gentle. The immortals below are so shocked their eyes nearly fall into their cups. While I'm busy eating, I spot a dark red fruit, a 10,000-year spirit fruit. Eat it, and I'll regain power. Taking advantage of his distraction, I stretch my neck and gulp it down. Hot, hot, hot. My stomach feels like it's about to explode. The 10,000-year spiritual power is raging wildly. This useless body of mine instantly turns into a lit powder keg, my skin so red it's almost transparent. Kang Xuan's expression changes sharply. He slams a palm against my back, and I feel an extremely pure yet icy origin power flood into my meridians like a crashing tide, forcefully suppressing the violent energy. He actually used his own war god essence, just to save me. In my daze, I'm carried back to his chambers. Even after such intense depletion, he still calmly follows his routine, changing clothes, washing up, even aligning his boots perfectly. This blood-soaked war god isn't just repressed, he's a severe neat freak. While he's meticulously lining things up, I try to sneak away. But a domineering force suddenly blasts the door open. The Heavenly Empress decrees, War God Kang Xuan is harboring a demon. This may bring disaster. We are ordered to seize it and seal it. Damn it, that old witch has her eyes on me, this bald bird. Kang Xuan still holds a cloth in his hand, but his eyes instantly freeze over with ancient frost. My possession? Who dares touch it? The other side immediately summons a divine decree. Taking advantage of his weakened state, a golden net traps me tightly. Before I can even cry out, I'm forcibly dragged away. In the blink of an eye, I'm brought to the Empress's palace. Before me burns a blazing 9-turn alchemy furnace. A remnant of the phoenix, even a mongrel bird must be reduced to ashes for my peace of mind. With a wave of her hand, I'm mercilessly thrown into the furnace. The scorching heat nearly burns my last few feathers away. It's over. My dream of returning to the peak hasn't even begun, and I'm about to turn into ash. Just as I'm about to be incinerated, the entire 9th heaven violently trembles. A pitch-black sword pierces the sky, crashing down and splitting the Empress's palace apart. Amid flying debris, Kang Xuan stands against the light, his dark robe billowing, heavy sword pointed straight at the Empress. Even if it's a demon, it was raised by me. Touch it once, and I'll flatten your heavenly palace. At that moment, he's unbelievably cool. Kang Xuan swings his sleeve, and a violent wind instantly extinguishes the true fire. He strides forward, scoops up my trembling body into his arms, and even in front of the furious Empress, carefully smooths my 2 burnt, crooked fluff feathers. Don't be afraid. We're going home. Before I can recover, the Empress's pursuers arrive. Unwilling to slaughter in the heavenly palace, he carries me as he retreats, crashing into a forbidden land guarded by hundreds of soldiers. Here, snow cuts like blades and the air freezes into ice. He presses me into his chest, his voice faintly weakened. To save me, he had just forced his way into the palace, taking 3 soul-striking thunder punishments from the Empress. Beneath his robe, his flesh is already torn and bloodied. Suddenly, the ancient glacier beneath us trembles violently. Black mist rises as a massive ancient frost beast bursts from the ice, its rotting breath surging toward Kang Xuan. He draws his sword to fight, but his injuries flare up. His body sways, and the heavy blade scrapes sparks across the ice. The beast's claw, carrying the force to tear space apart, crashes down toward his head. Damn it! Don't turn around! The phoenix blood within me surges violently, breaking through the seal, suppressing my cultivation. With a cry that pierces the heavens, I forcibly activate the Phoenix clan's forbidden nirvana technique, ignoring the tearing pain in my soul. A boundless sea of fire erupts from this broken body, driving the beast back into the abyss. But the flames are too fierce. I'm already at my limit. I can't control them. Rip. Kang Xuan's treasured flowing cloud cloak, so precious he wouldn't tolerate even a wrinkle, is instantly burned to ash. Oh no. That's his favorite. The ice field falls silent again. I collapse weakly onto the snow. Kang Xuan doesn't look at the destroyed cloak, nor the fleeing beast. He stares fixedly at the lingering phantom of the phoenix in the air, his gaze so deep it chills me to the bone. After a moment, he slowly crouches down. His snow-cold fingers gently grip my neck. This level of nirvana fire, only that person can use it. Crap. I overdid it saving him. My disguise is about to explode. I endure the burning pain in my veins, desperately widening my wet, bead-like eyes, tilting my head to act dumb and harmless. His long fingers trace along my back, stopping at the charred roots of my tail feathers. At that critical moment, the heavenly fate well beside us suddenly erupts, as if awakened by the nirvana flames. Golden light bursts skyward, and the water boils violently. An irresistible divine force envelops both me and Kang Xuan. The well of heavenly fate opens, a destined vision of the 3 realms appears. Kang Xuan has no time to question me. He frowns and flashes to the well. Ripples spread, and a magnificent scene unfolds. Flower petals rain from the sky. A woman in red stands atop the 9 heavens, peerless and proud, a phoenix mark blazing on her forehead. That rebellious, world-defying aura. Who else could it be but me? Li Huo? Damn it. This heavenly prophecy is too straightforward. The scene shifts. Kang Xuan appears in the vision. His eternally cold face softened as he gently lifts the woman's hand and kisses her fingertips before all gods. 8 golden words emerge. Phoenix Nirvana, Fated Empress. Kang Xuan freezes like a weathered statue. He looks down at the charred, blackened, bald bird in his hand, then back at the elegant, peerless woman in the vision. Is this kind of absurd contrast even real? The daughter I painstakingly raised is not only that demon woman Li Huo, but also destined to become my wife. The grip on me tightens and loosens erratically. Killing intent. I feel an unprecedented killing intent at this moment. If I don't faint, when will I? I shut my eyes, go limp, and let my head droop weakly against his hand. I'm done for. My injuries are beyond saving. I'm dying on the spot. Kang Xuan's fingers trembled violently, and his breathing became unusually heavy. Stop looking, stop looking. Please, just lose your memory already. Li Huo, open your eyes and explain yourself clearly to me. I won't. Even if I die, I won't open them. What kind of proper god of war would marry a pet he personally raised? Before I could keep pretending any longer, a solemn bell suddenly rang out from the clouds. A golden war chariot broke through the sky, and thousands upon thousands of heavenly soldiers surrounded the heavenly fate well until it was completely sealed off. Kang Xuan, you've got some nerve. Such audacity! You dare to hide the remnant of the Phoenix clan. Damn it. This was clearly meant to target non-human shapeshifters. A scorching sensation instantly spread through my body. Under that intense light, the demonic power inside me went berserk. My bones cracked loudly as if being reshaped. My originally charred and frail body suddenly stretched and grew. Black feathers transformed into a long, flame-like red dress. My burnt skin turned snow-white. As the smoke cleared, I stood before Kang Xuan in my true form, long red hair flowing down like fire. This was the true appearance of the young mistress of the Li Fire clan. Kang Xuan stared at the woman who had suddenly grown in his arms, as if struck by lightning. His right hand was still frozen in the motion of holding me. We're finished. We're really dead this time. Seeing the intense killing intent in the heavenly empress's eyes, my heart sank. If I were caught now, he, the god of war, would be accused of colluding with the enemy and be dragged into eternal damnation because of me. I took a deep breath. The panic in my eyes vanished, replaced by cold indifference. I suddenly pushed Kang Xuan away and casually dusted off my red dress. Sigh. This body is much more comfortable. Pretending to be that stupid bird every day was exhausting. Don't die. Kang Xuan's face instantly turned pale. You've been deceiving me from the very beginning? What else? If it weren't to borrow the pure yang spiritual energy from the god of war's axe to heal my injuries, why would I bother pretending to be your obedient daughter? The mighty god of war, showing concern for the enemy who killed his father? What a spectacle. Kang Xuan clenched his fists tightly. His nails dug into his palms as blood dripped down between his fingers. Kang Xuan, did you hear that? This demoness is full of lies. Kill her with your own hands. Countless swords of judgment pointed toward my heart. I closed my eyes, waiting for the inevitable sentence, but suddenly, a solid, broad back stood in front of me. Kang Xuan gripped the divine sword, his voice steady. The Heavenly Empress's voice turned icy. So you still protect her? Whether she deceived me or used me. As long as I live, no one is allowed to touch her today. As his words fell, the sky darkened. Blood-red clouds spread across the heavens, thunder roaring as if the divine realm itself was about to shatter. This is bad. It's the Phoenix clan's second nirvana tribulation. My bones began to tear apart violently. It was pain from the very depths of my soul. I collapsed onto the clouds, my entire being burning as if engulfed in flames. How perfect. The nirvana tribulation has descended. This demoness will be reduced to ashes today. The first violet lightning struck down with world-destroying force. Kang Xuan, go. This is the Phoenix clan's fate. You won't survive it. But he didn't even turn back. He sheathed his sword and spread his arms, shielding me completely in his embrace. A deafening crash. The first bolt of lightning struck his back directly. He groaned, blood spilling from the corner of his lips, yet his arms never loosened. Be quiet. Save your strength for the nirvana. The following moments became a living hell. Second strike. Third strike. 80 bolts of heavenly lightning shattered his silver armor into pieces. Each strike made his body tremble, yet he stood like an unbreakable wall, blocking death itself. By the end, his back was torn open, flesh and blood mangled. Golden divine blood soaked the ground. The final bolt, mixed with crimson karmic fire, came crashing down. Kang Xuan slowly lowered his head. In his cold eyes, only one emotion remained: gentleness. With his blood-soaked hand, he gently caressed my cheek. A single tear slid down his face and fell precisely onto my forehead. In that instant, a terrifying surge of life erupted within me. Radiant light shot into the sky. My wings burst open. A true phoenix rose, scattering the thunderclouds. I had successfully undergone nirvana. I had become the Phoenix Lord. But then I saw Kang Xuan falling from the sky like a severed kite. His divine essence shattered into countless fragments, turning into starlight. I dove down like lightning and caught his falling ice-cold body midair. How could he just close his eyes like that? Without my permission, no one is allowed to take his life. The Heavenly Empress laughed coldly from above. Soldiers, the Phoenix Remnant has brought chaos to heaven. Execute her along with the traitor god Kang Xuan. Destroy their souls. Countless divine weapons pointed at my throat. I slowly raised my head. Flames capable of burning all creation flickered in my eyes. Remnant? Heavenly Empress. I think you no longer need those eyes. With a wave of my hand, nirvana flames turned into a rain of feathers, instantly reducing the front lines to ashes. Then I took out a memory pearl. It revealed the truth. The Heavenly Empress herself had torn up the peace treaty and colluded with the demon clan to ambush Kang Xuan, all to seize his divine bone. The army fell into chaos. You claim it's for the people, but you're the filthiest of all. You madwoman pretending to rule the world, the Heavenly Empress screamed, her face pale. I snorted coldly and reached into the void, forcibly pulling back Kang Xuan's shattered soul from the raging thunderclouds. So what if his godhood is broken? So what if his cultivation is gone? As long as I live, even if I must overturn the underworld, I will piece you back together. I guided his broken soul into my life-bound fire crystal. Then, holding his nearly transparent body, I stepped toward the heavenly palace. The once arrogant gods retreated before my overwhelming killing intent. Sign the decree of abdication, whether you want to or not. From today onward, heaven belongs to me. Kang Xuan is under my protection. If anyone dares touch him, I will burn all 3 realms to ash. I handed the chaos of heaven to the reborn Phoenix elders and leapt into the well of reincarnation. This life, I will be the one to protect him. In a misty southern town, I was reborn as the wealthy young lady of the Shen family, famous and adorned with riches. And he, in this life, he was a poor scholar living in a broken temple outside the city. When I found him, he was being bullied by ruffians, clutching a torn book tightly. So weak. Nothing like the god of war he once was. I stepped out of my luxurious carriage and scattered gold onto the ground. Is this enough to buy your lives? The thugs fled immediately. Kang Xuan stood there, holding a broken paper umbrella, pale but upright. Thank you, miss, for saving me. I have no way to repay you. I walked up to him, snatched his umbrella, and casually brushed his hand. So cold, you need nourishment. If you can't repay me, how about giving yourself to me? The scholar's face instantly turned red. Miss, please behave. Men and women should keep proper distance. From that day on, the story of the Shen family's young lady chasing a sickly scholar became the headline of the small town. When he lacked brush and ink, I bought the finest 4 treasures in the city. When he had exams, I reserved the most luxurious restaurant. I stuffed precious wild ginseng into his medicine bowl. Miss Shen, I am unworthy. Shut up and drink it, or I'll force it down myself. He looked at me, his clear eyes filled with helplessness and indulgence. So this is what it feels like to domineeringly pursue someone, unexpectedly satisfying, during peach blossom season. What are you looking at, Kang Qingzhou? Are you going to marry me or not? He held the candied hawthorn he loved most. If I don't marry you, are you planning to kidnap me up the mountain? Good that you understand. That year, beneath the peach blossoms, with 10 miles of red bridal splendor, the entire city was lit with everlasting lanterns. I waited in the bridal chamber. The door opened softly. Kang Xuan walked in wearing bright red wedding robes. Strange. Why does his aura feel more and more like that cold old version of himself? He walked up to me leisurely, drank a cup of wedding wine. Then a surge of pure divine power burst through his mortal body. Oh no. His memories have awakened. I lifted my veil and turned to jump out the window. But in the next second, a pair of long hands caught my waist and pulled me tightly into his arms. Where do you think you're going? I froze. No escape. I awkwardly turned my head and tugged at his sleeve. Husband, it's our wedding night. Shouldn't you behave? Oh? Now you call me husband? Back then, when I picked you up at Buzhou Mountain, you insisted on calling me father. You even made me bathe you and catch bugs. Weren't you bold then? My face burned red. I was young and ignorant back then. And besides, didn't you raise me quite well? Yes, I did. To raise you, this rabbit-furred phoenix, I used up half my cultivation. Yet you publicly declared in heaven that I was your enemy. So tonight, shouldn't we settle this account properly? 5 years later. On Phoenix Divine Mountain, phoenix trees covered the hills, decorated with colorful rattles. He held a golden little phoenix in each hand with a baby bottle in his mouth. Eldest, stop pulling your mother's feathers. Third, spit out that fireball. That's not food. I lay lazily on a recliner, eating melon seeds. Kang Xuan, the kids want to see you act shameless. My dear wife, my shamelessness is now only used to peel fruit for the children. If you want to see it, we can spar another way. Get lost. In the distance, phoenix cries echoed through the clouds. The heavenly realm was peaceful. I leaned against him and closed my eyes. In this life, I won't be a god of war or heavenly emperor, only a father and a husband. Sunlight filtered through fiery red leaves, scattering like gold. Li Huo, stop eating seeds. Fourth just swallowed the 10,000-year Eastern Sea pearl sent as a gift. So what if he ate it? It's nourishing. Besides, weren't those from your old subordinates? Sons raised by a god of war can't be weak. He lifted the child upside down and lightly smacked him. All these bad habits are from you. Heartless. Say that again. Who insisted on bringing that parenting manual on our wedding night to settle accounts? Thinking of that night, my face flushed again. Just then, golden light streaked across the sky. God of War, Lady Li Huo, something major has happened in the three realms. Kang Xuan's gaze turned cold instantly. Is it the demon realm retaliating? Or outer demons breaking the seal? No. It's the young immortals in heaven. They heard you're good at raising children and want you to teach them. Get lost. Kang Xuan, looks like your divine prestige has evolved into cross-realm parenting guidance. Isn't it because of you? If you didn't keep talking about having children, would I have to handle everything myself and be laughed at? Though he complained, his hands remained gentle. Kang Xuan, do you regret it? You were meant to sit in the Lingxiao Hall, admired by all immortals. He looked into the distance. I once gave up my godhood for all beings. Every step was like walking on blades. Do you remember what you looked like shedding feathers? Bring that up again and I'll burn your robe. At that time, I thought this ugly bird was troublesome. But later I realized, if she wasn't here, chattering beside me, eternal life in the three realms would just be endless torment. Power, divinity, I've had them for millions of years. I'm tired of them. Only this mortal warmth, the warmth in my hands, is what I never dared to hope for, yet most want to protect. At that moment, the youngest climbed onto his shoulder. Father! Mother! Hug! We sat together in the phoenix forest, watching the sunset turn the sky the same fiery red as phoenix feathers. Kang Xuan, what if one day the fate well says we aren't meant to be? Then I'll smash it, and rewrite our fate in the underworld myself. So domineering, but I like it. In this life, we won't live for the three realms. We'll live for something simple, like what to eat for breakfast tomorrow. Kang Xuan froze, then burst into hearty laughter. My name is Li Huo, and I am his only mortal dream within his desolate divinity. Our story ended in the fate well, but here among grass and trees, it has only just begun. Kang Xuan, third just used your god of war token to prop up a table. Go chase him. My dear wife, can't you help? No, my waist hurts. Oh, didn't think of that last night. Kang Xuan froze as the children burst into laughter. The once greatest god of war rolled up his sleeves and chased after the naughty little phoenix, and I lay on the chair laughing freely, holding the phoenix jade seal he secretly slipped to me, engraved with my name. This life really isn't bad at all.